Hello everybody and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XVI. We have a lot to do today. We have a lot of side quests to do, as well as finishing up this Out of the Shadow main mission. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and talk to Otto since he's right here, and then we'll go and do all these side quests. So let's go ahead and do this.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that, in those words.
She did, yes.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Oh, she left. Make for the foredeck. All right, well, let's walk on down.
They told me she was building a ship.
Good to know.
Is that the thing Toes helped?
Talk to the boatman.
Obelus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelus.
Don't mention it.
Is our uncle in trouble?
Tidings, Uncle.
A request for assistance. My dear boy, my journey to Canver has been a resounding success. The friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the goings-on in the Free Cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours. Though I, for one, believe Miss Talamon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise, I doubt the Converian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards. No matter how deserted, and if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guildmasters are rapping at your door, which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man Gav for a moon or two, that he might keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Byron.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Gotta go speak to Gav. Send him out on his way.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
Oh, everything is still locked. Like, it is locked. So, alright, well, back to the old highway. Sid's legacy. The dust long settled, little remains of the once bustling refuge many called home. This is what Titan destroyed. Our old home.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we'd do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goose.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road.
He's just laughing in the background.
Thank you, Karen.
He's really excited.
Glad to have you with us, Goot.
Oh, okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor finger! Yes!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
And now we're back with Jill.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Everything is still locked. That's quite something. Alright, well, we gotta go to Latney's Cleft. A narrow path through otherwise impassable mountains, thought to have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. Now we're heading towards this crystal over here. So, new territory. Eastern Dalmekia, still in the desert. Onward. Okay, so now are we able to actually...
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. The new boy.
Oh, so now we're starting to get a whole bunch of quests now. Are we able to now travel? Alright, now we can travel to all these places. Alright, I'm gonna try to knock these all out, so we gotta do this. The main reason being, I don't like having a bunch of side quests in my journal. So let's go ahead and get this done. Let's go ahead and go to the Dalamil Inn. This one is a plus, so...
People take notice of wealthy men.
Oh, this is
It'd be
open.
too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The St. Drake's Fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Wonder if he's upstairs.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's
bandit's bed
behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Alright, so we have to head to the bandit's bed. Way over there. Okay. Oh, it's just way up north. That's easy. Let's go. We've already kind of killed bandits in this area before, so it's probably don't be the same type of enemies. Maybe some assassins. Let's go ahead and jump off here. Let's get ourselves prepared. Here they all are. Yeah, there's a different enemy type here. It's a big dude.
We've got company! Come on, that's it! Tear the bastard's head off!
Alright, so far so good. Oh, they killed the other enemies when I wasn't even paying attention. Way to go, Jill. She did that all by herself when I was too focused on this guy.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
Ooh, thank goodness it made us fast travel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Sid.
Wyvern. Glad to make
Or
your
Wyvern.
acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards.
He has the stone, doesn't he?
Stone of
I figured.
far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis.
Oh.
Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again.
That's funny.
We mustn't dawdle.
Byron causing mischief for other collectors.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Okay. Now we can go back to the hideaway.
Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Before we do that, we have other quests to do as well. So, oh, there's quests in here too. Jeez. Oh, wait. That's where we have to go for the main quest. Alright, that's okay. Alright, Martha's Rest. We have 2 quests here, actually. Slay Elder Antelopes in Cressida. And then deliver the Star Ruby to Martha and Star Ruby to Isabel.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A Star Ruby.
A Star Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again.
Just take it.
Why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Alright, Martha's Ruby is done, but there is a Elder Antelopes in Cressida, so they are over there. Alright, so we just gotta go straight east. We're just passing on by. We gotta slay these Elder Antelopes.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
I see like 7 of them.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
You're finished.
There we go. Almost level 35. All right.
Now.
Now what? Oh, Torgal needs the bones. Let's see. Torgal. Eat it. Eat it. Oh, he's happy.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Alright, so that one is done. Now we have to go to Isabel, which is all the way over here in Northreach. Then we have to do a hunt for a fireball that is somewhere in Sembrek. I gotta remember where.
What am I gonna do without sweet?
Alright, Isabel.
Still no
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
gifts. Whatever is the occasion.
We owe you a debt.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he had a son? I didn't know that.
Long ago. Yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Okay. Believe that is everything side quest besides the hunt. So let's go ahead and head back. And then try to determine where the heck this hunt is. I know it's in Sembrek, but I don't know exactly where. So
Is that the thing Tomes held?
let's check the hunt board. Now, where's this bomb sighting at? The Croc. Okay, so the Croc in Sembrek. This is the Imperial Chase. Haven't been in here. Oh, I found it. Nice. It's a whole new area leading to a house of some sort. The Heaven Hall. What on earth?
No need to ride from here.
What is the Heaven Hall? Nobody here. It's really well hidden in this forest. Alright, but we have to go this way. Alright, so this is where this fireball is. Let's make sure we're prepared. There he is. Rank B, the Bomb King. Let's do this. I'm ready for this.
What we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Let's try to do as much damage as possible. Oh, he big. He big. He just spawned a bunch of them. Oh, they're all exploding. Ow. Oh, oh, oh. Get out of that. I know what to do because he does these little ball things. Let Torgal do all the damage. He doesn't have a stagger meter, so it's like... Oh, get out of that. Oh. Oh, get out of that. Get out of that. That's bad. He should be dead here. There he goes. Interesting fight. he had no stagger, so it was just straight up how much damage you can do. We should have leveled up, I think. Yeah, 35. Nice. Bomb Ember. Okay. And pick this up.
Is over. Now to collect.
We got the bomb ash.
Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Now we head on back to the hideaway and turn in all these quests. See what we can make. I'm really curious to see what our rewards will be from everybody. So let's go ahead and speak with Goot.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still
Or
alive,
goat.
I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Alright. The mission that he has is likely the one that is in that new area that we are about to head towards for the main story. Let's go and talk to Karen.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Good business.
Let's even get this. A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
That's a cool backstory there with Otto. Oh! Oh! Okay. We got a cutscene. Wasn't expecting this.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall.
Oh, that's cool.
But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
What a cool quest.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Cool. What a quest. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to the person that's in the engineering room. Turn that quest in.
Might need some help.
So what exactly is the plus for this one? I'm gonna assume it's healing, but it's hard to tell.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
Sometime later.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
Ooh, increase of inventory. Hold more.
We happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything.
We can hold more.
Might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in.
Hey, nice. So we can have more in our in terms of potions. So we can have like instead of 4, we can have 5, maybe 6. We'll see. Basically, we increased our inventory space.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Okay. So treated potion satchel. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Yeah. Makes sense. Inventory was increased. So now it went up from what, 4 to 5 to 6? Item capacity. You have obtained a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increased are as follows. Potions went to 6, high potions to 4, everything else went to 3. Nice. Alright, now we have to speak to Karen, and then also speak to Blackthorn. Alright, Karen. Torgal's well fed.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
5 femurs?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Alright, let's go speak to Tomes. This guy knows everything, old man.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents.
Oh?
Recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation.
Yes.
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Eikon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the Eikons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
He has. He's been kicking some butt.
He will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Nice. Caval's Fang slightly increases Torgal's attack potency. Nice. Alright, only thing left is to talk to Blackthorn, which is probably, hopefully, something crazy in terms of an upgrade of weapons or a design for a weapon. Really curious.
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
I got the stone.
whetstone.
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the Cursebreakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the Cursebreakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the Cursebreakers will be delighted.
No, I'll be more delighted.
Push yourself too hard.
I want an upgrade.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll
I want an upgrade. Give me the upgrade.
Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right.
Okay.
I will.
Do I have the materials already? That would be very nice. Alright. Excalibur design draft. The Excalibur sword. Oh, that's insane. I would be very glad to be able to see if I can make it.
Clive?
Can I make it? Oh, snap. I can make it. Nice. I have everything already. We're making it.
Not bad.
Equip that bad boy. Way better than everything that I currently have. It's better than the diamond sword, so that's now pointless. There's nothing else here that is better. Double checking. Okay, can we reinforce it? No.
Anything else?
Oh, let's go. The Excalibur is on my back. All right. Well, that's everything, so we may as well head on out to the main story area and see where this takes us. Make for Bocklid. That's a fence there. Wait, can we open that? Probably not. Yeah, okay. Just a random fence or door. We're coming up on a side quest as well.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass.
Oh my gosh.
Traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed.
Pretty.
I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Very pretty. Alright, yeah, the side quest is coming up right here. First, we probably have to take care of this plant that's up here. Oh, there's a couple. Done. 210 experience. Alright, who is this up here? Hello there, gentlemen.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Well, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We
I have a feeling this is a trap.
True, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
I think this is a trap.
However, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Sure.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
Nope. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
Okay. Well, it's up ahead, so we have to pass through here anyway. Let's go ahead and take care of this.
I'm not sure I trust those two.
Yeah, I don't trust them either.
Lying in wait. I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
I have nothing. Everything's on cooldown. I gotta get rid of this guy. Eat that. You're dead. Ow. Yeah, they died. Yeah, we have over 3,000 ability points.
That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart?
Yeah, there wouldn't happen to be anything hidden in here, like a coffer. Maybe something that I could probably grab. Doesn't seem to be the case. There's the cart.
this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here.
Yeah, they're weird. They are suspicious indeed, but I'll take the coin.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
There probably will be a next time. What did he give us? Just Y right. Okay. Off we go. Let's head to this town. I think we've made the...
lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least.
Interesting.
Continues on the other side.
Ooh, we got some fights here. Let's do this. Oh, I killed him. Alright, are we approaching the town? We're approaching a potential big view, because this is going uphill, so we're about to see it. There it is. Ooh, waterfall. Pretty. The Final Sin. Dalmatian Republic.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. A final battle took place here, at these falls.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that town to the right.
If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place.
It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I wonder if he sensed Joshua. Jesus. Wrong name. Meanwhile, at the seat of the Imperial Court. Audience Chamber, Imperial Palace.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
Oh, God.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
Canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Oh, he's about to cause mayhem. And we're back.
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. We have made it to, I believe, a really good stopping point here, as we're almost to Bokled, but we got all those side quests done and are now ready to mainly focus on the main story. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. Hit that sub button and bell notification to be notified when the next episode is posted. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.